Peace and blessings, everybody that's going to be joining in today. I want to thank you for taking some time out for yourself. I'm so grateful to be here and for another round of the Mighty Monday Meltdown 2.0 that takes place. This is your Deaf Motivation, right? This is the place that you tuned in to get tuned up so that we can keep up with current times. Don't let current times put you out of the race. We here for the good fight. My name is Adonis D. Johnson. I am the creator of I Am My Life Coach, which is the greatest self-awareness tool that was created by me, of course, that helps individuals, starting with me first, how to ground myself, right? I Am My Life Coach is a mental health self-awareness tool. This tool is so powerful that it's free. Imagine when the last time something that was given to you was used in such a prophetic way that allowed you to advance, right? No medication, no one directing you, no one misleading you, no one sitting here. Let me just turn this up for a second. Something got my screen low. Let me make some adjustments. I see my friend Marie on deck. Hello, Marie. Man, we shooting live from Chicago. But listen, we locked, we loaded, we ready to do some work, right? We ready to build this thing up and we gonna build it out. This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown 2.0. The reason why it's 2.0 is you should have been there when it was 1.0. I always gotta respect the Invisible Crown Army that's mounted up, right? You are so brave. I have to stop. I should make this whole message about you, right? Who is you? Invisible Crown Army was started virtually online, right? It was based on people that was coming to the broadcast, just like some of you, right? How did they come to the broadcast? Somebody shared the broadcast, right? And we used to share, and when we share, we recognize that somebody gonna see this and they wondering, why should I click on this, right? It's because somebody sent this. That somebody was a special body used by God to end up luring them in. When they got in, God closed the door, and when the door was closed, magic happened, right? Everybody met up virtually. We never knew who we was. We only knew what we typed, like we enter into this broadcast now, right? And as you can see, the fire is already being lit. I ask when you come in that you light the fire because that means I'm here. And so what I'm explaining is that for over 7 years, people start coming in and joining the army, right? And I'm gonna teach the next lesson on Saturday, which is the 5 o'clock wildfire. I'm gonna teach this exact same experience that took place in our lives, right? I say our because it's not my story, it's many of our stories. So this broadcast is built on people that done came together recognizing that I'm here. But please, I need to realize, why am I here, right? Why am I here? We all want the same thing. So we met up on social media and it just began to grow. Our community begins to grow organically, right? No one knew what we was going through. Even myself, I did not know some of the things that I would be experiencing, some of the stuff that I was going. I done cried on these broadcasts. I done opened up the floodgates. Some of us, we had bad credit. Some of us, we had dreams. And see, for many of us, I titled this, You Living in the Dream, but I'm struggling with the work. It takes work. And for some of us, we joined in, and I'm gonna be honest with you, we got on this broadcast and we kept having these meetups, right? And these get-togethers, and we just, before you know it, change started happening. Right. Change start happening. You know, people start getting houses. Credit started going on an uprise. Like life just took off for us. But we had some people, some naysayers. We had some blessing blockers. We had some people that came against what we was doing. But guess what? We stayed with it, right? We had one message, and that message was given by God, and it was, I am my life coach. That means I'm my life coach, not yours. I'm here for me now. And this is why and how I became AJ the Wildfire, or better yet, a self-empowerment coach, because I coach in 3 arenas: personal development, personal growth, and self-empowerment. If you can't empower yourself, then that go your first problem right there. And believe me, if you can identify the problem, then you must have the answer. Why? Because if you can see the problem, then you got to be able to understand the answer. If you can see a problem, then you have to know that there's an answer. But for many of us, we like to see the problem, but we never been taught that we also need to provide the answer. This is why we're struggling with the work right now. You see, we're living in the dream. This dream is for us to create ourselves. It's for us to develop ourselves. It's for us to find Christ. Who you got to find Christ in? You've been looking for Christ in everyone else except yourself, because life has dealt you a hand. But if no one never told you how to play your hand, you will end up looking for somebody to hold your hand. Hold your hand when you do this. Hold your hand when you're in a relationship. Hold your hand when you're in a marriage. You want somebody to love you more than you love you. You want somebody to give you something, right? For what you give them. You couldn't give them nothing unless you give it to yourself first. See, it's an inside job. For many of us, you had to understand the bucket. And why nothing went in the bucket is because there's a cracked foundation. There's a hole in the bucket, it can't hold water. And for many of us, we have to be fed by someone else. And you're wondering, why can't I feed myself? It's because you're struggling with the work. Today, you guys, this is the Mighty Monday Meltdown 2.0. Peace and blessings for everybody that's showing up right now. You showing up no matter where you at right now. I just ask that you will take the time out and just breathe for yourself for a little while, right? Take the time out and recognize you came a mighty long way. No matter what you've been in, no matter what you've been through, at the end, you still here. Question is, what you about to do now? I can tell you what we about to do now. We about to power up. We about to grow up. We about to get this message. We about to get this fire. Light your fire right now. We're about to go into what? We're about to go into a dark place. Remember, the light was birthed from the darkness. And many of us, we got to recognize the only one you never seen in any situation was yourself, right? Because if you would have saw yourself, you would have performed better. Many of us, we have not performed as we should because we was too busy looking for the wrong things, not recognizing the one you should have been looking for is the one that you should have been. And if you never gave your all to what you participated in, then this is why you fail, why we fail. Well, I wrote this hoodie for a special reason today. It's located on IamMyLifecoach.com website, right? And I know that the messages that I wear, that we broadcast, and we're trying to tell people what to do, right? That's not what this broadcast is about. It's an inside job. Before you can tell somebody anything, you must first be willing to tell it to yourself. Many of us, we hear something and we go leak what we heard. We didn't verify what we heard. We didn't know who it came from. We didn't know where they got it from. We just knew it sound good. Everything that sound good is not good because it's not the sound of Christ. It's actually the sound of someone else. What we look to do is look to build who you are, representing whom you are. And the one way you're going to do that is make time for yourself. I'm grateful that you took your planner. I'm grateful that you took your Rolodex. I'm grateful that you took time out to call a time out on everything that got something to do with you. And for once, you made it about you. This is the start to something amazing. What do I mean by start to something amazing? We're starting a new week. We're starting on time. We in the evening hour. Do you not know that I was checked today by myself? I'm sitting here talking to someone, and this is how the Spirit works. I told them about it. At the end of the day, right? And I'm giving them this whole big talk. At the end of the day, whose day? What day? The evening watch started at 6 o'clock. At the end of the day, meaning the end of the day, that means at 5:59, that's the end of day. Let's talk about night. You see the flip? I don't know if you caught it. I'm speaking at the end of the day to the point I was making. But when I thought about it, what happened after day? Isn't there a night? That's how many of us is in life. The only way we're going to be moved, the only way we're going to make a change, the only way we're going to do something different is we have to be given something different. Other than that, we will operate at the same rate that we already have operated. We living in a new time, and in this new time, we're gonna need some new strategy. We're gonna need a new approach. Somebody gonna have to challenge you, and in order to get a challenge, that's what's gonna bring forth the change. I don't look to agree with the way you guys thinking. I look to challenge the way you guys thinking. One way I can challenge the way you're thinking is by being open and being honest and just sharing myself and letting you know that when I speak to me, I'm really dealing with things within myself. And this is how I talk to myself. This is how I water myself. This is how I grow myself. This is how I became to be who I am and who I present to you right now. And that's was the winning ticket. That's how I found my freedom. So one of the things we do is we block the opportunity to grow. We block the opportunity to learn. We block the opportunity to advance and go forward. Why do we block this? We block this is because it's new. I never been taught this. This ain't what I always done. And that's why we put up the block. I put my walls up. That's a block. I don't want to hear you. That's a block. You're going to have to convince me. You're going to have to prove to me. You're going to have to love me. You're going to have to give something to me. You're going to have to bribe me. You're going to have to mislead me. You're going to even have to lie to me to unblock you. But notice, you shouldn't have been blocked in the first place, because this is protecting you, but it's actually hindered you. You didn't block them, you blocked you. Maybe this is why scripture says, if you knock on their door and if they open, then something to come in. But what's supposed to come in is a new understanding. What's supposed to come in is a person that got goals, a person that got a vision, a person that got a mission, a person that got an agenda. That's what's supposed to come in. Somebody that had bigger, better, greater for you. But yet you're sitting here blocked and you're hiding it and you're hiding you. Well, Miss Davis says women hate weak men, but I will argue that to the point where you said a woman, that's singular. Men, that's plural. A woman is looking for a man, right? Once she finds a man, it will be a connection because they'll vibrate on the same frequency. The reason why they're weak is because the signal is not connecting properly. You see, I vibrate to a certain frequency, and I know that it's going to be a problem to anybody that I come around because my frequency vibrates to a higher frequency. In other words, if you can hear me, then you can hear my frequency. But the problem is you can hear my frequency, but when I stop generating my signal, then now I'm waiting for your signal. And when your signal is not connecting properly, you start Bluetooth pairing to a weaker signal. That weaker signal came from a weaker person. You see, you made adjustments according to what you participate in. But when you disconnected that service and you start looking for new service, a new service provider, the whole point is when they stop hitting you with a signal, your signal supposed to hit back. But when your signal hit back, it didn't reach where it should have reached, and it ended up reverting you back to where you've been. And for many of us, that's the block that's up right now. The block comes with what's blocking your signal right now and what's keeping you from operating at a higher signal. You see, a lot of times we base things on our age and we say, hey, you know, I'm this age now. I'm 48. I'm grown now. I'm an adult now, right? Listen, what makes you an adult? What makes you grown? What makes you a woman? What makes you a man? This is the question that we never ask ourselves. We need to ask ourselves, what makes a man a man? And then I need to go find out I need to do my work. You see, I'm struggling with the work. I got the dream. I know I got the question. What makes a man a man? Let me go get some work done and see what makes a man and what makes a woman, right? And that will be considered to be my work. See, I'm in the dream, but I'm struggling with the work. We base everything off of time. time. I've spent too much time and that makes me a woman. No, you just went in the wrong direction and you spent 15 years in something that was terrible. Do you not know that you need to get out and find yourself again? And finding yourself is working with yourself and realize that I wrote a program that had me here for 15 years to stay in nothing, but to get out with everything. My everything came with me getting out. My hindrance came with me staying in. And I need to change the code that make me stay in what I was meant to be out of. See, when I get called out, I come out. But for some reason, I've been stuck in. Why did I get, who put that program there? Who wrote that program? You see, for many of us, yes, God, when you have a job, and you're working, right? You have a job and they base you according to your experience. They base you according to the amount of experience you have and the available position that you participate in and the role of the position. Many of us, we never practice no other roles in life. This is another thing. You see, I told you, when you work and you put time in at a job, right? They pay you a wage. I think you should act your wage. Act your wage. Don't act your age. Put the W there, you guys. Act your wage. Your wage. You see, you got people wearing Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and you're making $18 an hour. This doesn't make sense. Act your wage. $18 an hour. I'm not saying that you don't have no money. I'm saying what makes you who you are is how you allocate your money, how you spend your money. But if you're going to take everything you got to try to get you a feeling based on what you saw, then this is why I say the frequency is weak. Not a man that's being strong, right? Not a woman that's being strong. We got to get the frequency to be strong. And when you come on this broadcast for the Mighty Monday Meltdown 2.0, one thing I can assure you, this frequency is strong. But it ain't strong because I'm a man. It's strong because I'm the God in the man. It's strong because the woman that's here. But it's the God that's going in the woman that's here. This is a power connection. This is a power circle. Ain't nothing weak about this broadcast. Because if you can hear me, then God gave you ears to hear. And when you can hear me, light your fire. Because he said, let those that have ears, let them hear. And if your fire is being lit because you go to your phone and you see your emoji and you can click the emoji, then that means you got ears to hear. That means God is talking to you and you is talking back to God. Everything ain't gonna be verbally. Some stuff gonna be in execution. In this time frame right now, in this period of right now, we're entering into an area that nothing is missing. You have not one explanation or one excuse for what it is you're desiring to have. Come on, y'all. Let's talk. Let's work. Let's work. Let's get this work. There's no excuse for why you can't do what you're about to do. There's no excuse of why you can't have the dream that you always wanted. There's no excuse because if God, higher power, be God, then all you need to do is recognize what blocked you. It had to be you. Underperforming, not giving it all you got. See, when we put our trust in others, we're expecting them to be good over us. Many husbands handled the package because there was no shipping label. There was no purpose. Why did I come here? Not for somebody to tell you your purpose. The purpose you here because you want to know what God, no, that ain't the reason why I'm here. I'm here because I'm out of options. I'm here because what I do don't work. I'm here because I need some support. I'm here because I need another way. Because the way I'm keep going about this obviously ain't working. I'm here because somebody that shouldn't have something got something. And I'm sitting up here thinking I'm doing the right thing and my life telling me it's the wrong thing. And apparently they don't do what I do, but yet they got more than I have. Come on, y'all, let's be honest. Have you ever seen somebody and you wonder, what do they do? And they do nothing. They do nothing. They actually believe it in who they are. They doing themselves. What are you doing? You doing what you heard somebody do. You doing what your mamas, and all those people doing. This is the thing that needs to stop. This, Phoenix, is what needs to be checked. This, Nicole, is, hey, it's on me right now. This, Melody, it's time for something different. And I'm so grateful I follow somebody that's different. Because different, I might be weird. I seem like I'm outcast. I might be ugly. My hair might don't go past my Even when it's stretched out and permed out, it don't go past my ear. I might don't be the weight size I want to be. I might don't have the body customized to the way that the world want me to be, but I'm original. And if I'm going to be original, then I'm going to have to be real. And for anybody else, no shots at you at all, because we all want the same thing. Some of us gonna go cheap, but you still the same person. I don't care how that Coca-Cola look. You're still the same person. I don't care what you tugging and what you struggling. You ain't practiced to carry all that. Your spine didn't practice to carry all that. You wasn't born with all that, yet you got it all. Some of you done got heavy set. You're a little bit heavy, but you didn't plan and write down, I want to gain weight, right? You probably didn't write down, I want to lose weight. But guess what? You gained weight because you didn't write it down. You didn't have no purpose. You didn't have no plan. And that's how we keep gaining weight. Whatever we see, we want to order. Whatever we see, we want to put in our mouth. The stomach say, eat something, you eating whatever. You ain't thinking about what you eating. You just throwing things in. Whatever you throwing in. You see it, you want it, you get it, you buy it. You throwing it in. And the effect of it is not, it's a hindrance. It's a block. Because you're blocking what you should have, because what you should have gonna need some encouraging. You're gonna need some power. It's gonna need some motivation. You're gonna need to be inspired. But when you can't put that dress on no more, come on now. Everybody got something that they want to put on, but when you put it on, you don't like how it fit. You got to keep on pulling it down, and it's your body's just saying throw it back up. You keep throwing it back down, but when you walk it, throw it back up. When you throw it back down, you sit down and it comes up now. Now that thing done bust, and it done told you your comfortability right now is not working for you because you done blocked something is blocked. Something is blocked. I'm here to realize that you are blocking your comfortability. You are blocking your empowerment. You are blocking your opportunity to be you. Come on, light your fire today. We about to unblock the first thing, and that's called you. You matters. Light your fire because you matters. Come on now. Disobedience is what got us shut out. What do I mean by disobedience? Meaning we broke God's protocol. The dream was for you to be here. The dream was for you to get in that belly for 9 months and you can make it out of a dark place and come out of here. You didn't know who your mama was, your daddy was, your cousin was, your friend was. You ain't know if you was going to be living in the hood. You don't know what you was going to be doing. You just got here. Everything else was taught to you, right? But the one thing that was missing was you. We can return back to this state, but we got to first unblock what's been getting in the way. What's been getting in the way of your voice? Some of us, we done joined places. We done got memberships. You ain't got no membership here. All you got is I Am My Life Coach. I Am My Life Coach signifies ownership over yourself. Come on now. You can't blame your old relationships. You can't blame your exes, right? Everybody got an ex. Everybody got an ex. This is an excuse. This is energy right now. I heard two people talking and they saying, I remember when I dated my ex and they was telling about a hard time. I told them, you're wrong for what you were saying. They said, why was I wrong? I was telling them about my ex. I said, but it was the hard time with your ex. Guess what? They got an ex too. All you did is just trigger the ex in them and made the hard time exist in them. And now y'all both operating on a WEAK signal. A weak signal puts you in a weak place. You can never find your dream with a weak signal. Some of us, we are in darkness because of who you have around you. We have to vibrate higher. Today, we unblock the first thing, not delete. For some of us, you done deleted your goodness. You done deleted your peace. You done deleted your joy. You done deleted your happiness. You done deleted the ability to participate. How do I know you deleted this? Well, if you're a woman, some of you say, well, the man is the head. You lead, I follow. Who told you this? Who created this foolishness? This is the first foolish thing you taught yourself early on. Right? If he the man, the man make the decisions. The devil had to lie on that one. And I don't mean to call whoever told you this, but whoever told you this, they corrupted your character. They corrupted something, right? Now imagine if you had a child and you told your child they wanted to do this and they tell them you can't do this. You can't do this. It's going to be too hard for you. Who are you to tell somebody that this is going to be too hard for them? See, when you got your son or your daughter, you want your daughter and your son to be all that they can be. right? You want your child, why? Because you birthed your child. Baby, you can be this. Baby, you sure you want to be this? Baby, you sure you want to go to the best school? Wait, let's find out other schools. You want the best for your child, why? Because you birthed your child. But when it comes to you, you don't want the best out of you. You want somebody to lead you. You want training wheels for your life. Today, the training wheel comes off. How did the training wheel comes back off? Because you got to reinstall what you deleted. You deleted you from the equation that somebody got to think for you. Somebody got to pray for you. There go my pastor. Somebody got to teach you that whatever they want to teach you. Don't you know whatever have your focus, have your power? See, they tell you what to focus on. You know, you got to focus on your man. You got to focus on your woman. You got to focus to meet her need. Yet, you ain't never told me what focus was. I ain't got that type of time to focus on no one. I'm too busy trying to get it right with myself. If I'm focusing on you, then who focusing on me? Well, I'm focused on you. No, you ain't. See, you better delete that out your head. See, this is why this hoodie is good. You better delete this out your head. No. Delete that. You know, the man is the head. Delete that. I'm going to respect his head. But I'm also going to know I got to use mine in order to know he got one. Let's go. I'm going to use my head to know that he has a head and he going to think for himself. But I'm going to base who he is off of how he think about the affairs that goes on in his life. But see, I'm crazy. I'm out of place. I'm out of shape. I don't handle my business. My workout is off. I come out with excuses. I expect him to release me, delete me, let me go, because my imperfection will mess up somebody that has perfection. But see, here's the problem with this. If he tell you about you, how would it make you feel? Bad, right? How would it make you feel? Like he don't care, right? How did it make you feel? It will make you feel like you're supposed to feel. Because what am I saying is, you run from the truth. You deleted what somebody else needs to make you aware of. You ain't going hard as you should be going. You ain't able to do what you should. See, because faith requires work. I put my faith in God, right? Because God created me. I put my faith in God because God created me. But the work that's done on me is going to need to be done by me. Y'all didn't get this? Faith, I put my faith in God. That's why I'm here, right? But faith requires work. Your existence here on earth is to do work. But your work starts with self, with you. You choose what you say. You choose what you see. You choose. If I say, what is this? You say a hat. I say, what color is this? You say gray. I say, what is this? You say a can. I say a can of what? You say a can of sanitizer spray, right? I say, what is this? You said a remote control. What do a remote control do? It turns the channels of a TV. Now tell me about you. What do you do? Some of them, I complain. What do you complain about? You complain about everything that's around you. Right? Because you have not spent time on what you shouldn't be complaining about, which is you. You don't complain about you because you never saw you. That's what it means to be in darkness. When you don't see you, you are in darkness. And for many of us, you waiting for something because you haven't done the work. And the work, right, requires you, right? The work requires you to light your fire. Light your fires, you guys. We got to light fire. We're going into another segment. We're finna get deep into this word. I got to flip the script. You will see me change my posture right now. It's because I have to make sure that when I'm doing what I'm doing, Phoenix, Miss Williams, when I'm doing what I'm doing, I have to make sure that I'm coming against the right type of spirits, familiar spirits, monitoring spirits are spirits that monitors you. It monitors to you to know how to keep you down right now. Monitoring spirits comes from people, your circle. It doesn't matter, family, friend. It doesn't matter. It's family, friends, people is considered to be just a title, right? Let's be specific. Let's be specific. When it comes down to an individual, right, you just can't say the police is corrupt. You got to say who corrupted the title that messed up the police. Now, you can't say the church is lying, but you got to say what church and who's the head of that church. But see, for some of us, you can't get what you need because we keep talking about women and we keep talking about men, and we need to be very direct, very what man. And not to mention, tell me about the relationship you have. But see, when you have a relationship, it's your participation in what you and this individual have that actually makes it a relationship. But see, for some of us, we don't do the work, and one person is working, right? And the other person never shows up, and now you monitoring them working, and you recognize, look at this hand study moving. You don't know why they're saying the things they're saying, and now they're doing too much because you're not doing anything at all. I'm going to prove all these things to you. Listen, and we're in the halfway point right now. What I would like to do is take the time out right now to reset the room, to greet the room, to provide something amazing for the room. So listen to me. Thank you, Mako, Wavy. Thank you. True shit. Real dope. That's what we're here to do. We're here to drop facts, not fiction. In order to get something different, we got to do something different, right? Life is difficult because we need to approach it different. Long as the program run the same, then you will always be outdated. For many of us, if you just got a new phone, then that's the iPhone 15, 16, 17, or we in Galaxy 20. We damn near in Galaxy 18. But some of us, we was here before there was a Galaxy. It was Nextel. That's when the little CBs was on the phone and you could chirp somebody and they'll answer. But you couldn't chirp anybody. You had to chirp the person you was chirping, right? Okay, let's go deeper. Before Nextel, there was something called Primeco. And with Primeco, you had a little flip up and you had a favorite 5, right? Favorite 5 meaning that was Nokia phone. And you can choose 5 people and you can call those people. And you wouldn't be charged for calling them. But for everybody else, it came with a cost. What if I told you every person that follows you on social media comes with a cost? Every person that you look at that posts something on social media come with a cost. Because every time you look at their picture, it messes up who you are. Why about every time somebody posts a picture and they get on your free line and they shaking it and you ain't got nothing to shake? It's going to mess you up, right? It's going to block something within who you are like. What about when one of your friends posts a comment and you got to read it? And when you read it, you find out this is the most ignorant stuff I have ever seen. It came with a cost. It's costing you. You see, the cell phone is still the exact same thing that was back then. See, but now it done got more smarter. You see, back then it cost you money to talk to a person. So you need to hurry up and push the conversation because I only got a limited time. I don't want my phone bill to raise by talking to you. This is something I loved about back in the day. When you talk to a person, you be looking like, look, we done been on this phone 4 minutes. Look, you using up my minutes. That means you need to get to a point. But isn't it amazing already you get to a point, then to sit here and be talking to somebody all day that don't have a purpose or a point? It can cost you. Social media and what somebody now is costing your freedom. It's costing you your peace. It's costing you your next level because your next level requires all the energy you got. It requires everything. And now you need to get your stronger signal. But for some of us, you got a weaker signal because what you looking at every day is draining you. And now you got to sit here and fight to go. You almost got to open up social media, Instagram, Facebook. You got to open it up blind right now and use your fingers and say, go to post. And then once it opens up, now I can post what I want to post. And then I got to get up out of there. But for some of us, as soon as you come on, you be looking like, what is this? World star? What? And now you done messed yourself up. This can cost you, Sister Sonia. Come on now. You better understand this. I would rather phones be like it used to be, where you better get to the point because I realize I'm not going to spend $8 to talk to you. Isn't it amazing? People will take my time up and don't pay me for the time I get them and then tell me I ain't gave them nothing because the phone service is internet phone service. And now I got to give them my time for free. Come on now. I refuse. Now look at this. See, unfriend. What this mean? outwardly, this means I'm finna unfriend everybody that's negative. But you mean tell me you don't unfriend your negative self? You mean tell me there's some stuff about you can't unfriend? No, because you like going to that little spot that the low budget people was at. You like going over there where the frequencies is low. And that frequency being low, you know it rhymes with low, don't you? Change the L to a, oh no, I shouldn't even be in here. See, you thought I was going to say H, but I said no, because I don't belong in here. What you mean by that? That means my frequency is too high to be operating in the area too low. And in this too low, then everybody want to grab something that's high just so they can drain you and have you back here every week. What am I saying? What am I saying? They taking away from who you becoming. See, you have unfriend the friend. Who is the friend? The friend is higher self. Higher self is I am my life coach. Higher self is your conscious thinking. Higher self is Jesus Christ. Higher self is anything that's higher than you that done told you to stay your butt out of these old places, to get yourself in the house at a certain time. You remember your mama? That was higher self. Who was you? You was lower self. Get in this house before street lights go off. Right before they come on. What do I mean? That was higher self telling who? Lower self. You can go outside and play around, but you got a certain time to get back here, right? And if you don't get back here, you get in a discipline. Well, what am I saying? I'm saying for many of my Cinderellas on this phone right now. See, you can go get with Prince Charming. At least you know he Prince Charming. See, Prince Charming vibrates high. But everybody wants to be at the game. They want to be at the gala. They want to be at the showdown. And everybody gets a chance to try to bop and rock, right? But see, you need a certain frequency to get the prince's attention. That's a mighty man. That's a man in royalty. That's a man of authority. Now, I'm not saying every man ain't the man, but I'm just saying every man is waiting for the man. You get what I'm saying? Until then, they will be a servant to the man who's been called to be the man of God. You get what I just said now? Now, watch this setup now. This is amazing. Because even when Cinderella got to where she was getting to, she had to go through some problems before she got there. She had to deal with her evil stepsister. What is evil? Evil is something you can't teach. Evil is something you can't teach, meaning jealousy you can't teach, envy you can't teach, anger you can't teach. Why you can't teach it? Because it is a feeling that happens unconditionally, meaning you got to just experience it. If I told any one of you to be angry, you would be like, how do I be angry at who? I need something to be angry about. You see, you can't even be angry if you wanted to because you're thinking about how to be something that was not created for you to be. At least you're thinking. See, when you are thinking, then you are in Christ, higher self. When you're not thinking, that is evil. See, evil does not come with instructions. So for many of us, it's like getting something and don't read how it works. So now I don't know how it works. So I can't tell you if this is right or wrong because I don't know. When you're telling somebody something, you remember what's the name? I don't know them. So I can't give you a report on what I think about them. I can't tell you what I think about your pastor. I don't know this pastor. Well, can he preach? Well, anybody can preach. But can he read the Bible? Anybody can read the Bible. But I love him. What is it you love about him? But I love the way he break down the word. I can break down the word. And you can break down the word. I can't love somebody for breaking down a word that you ain't took time out to break. Why don't you love yourself for breaking down the word? Why don't you, once you break it down, you go, wait, I could do this. But you never tried to do this. You never tried to do this. See, you unfriended Christ, higher self. Cinderella had to go through two evil sisters. See, sisters will be women vibrating on a weak signal. Weak signals don't come from a man, just a man. Weak signals, ladies, women, girls, girlfriend, I don't care what you call yourself, okay? Let's be clear. Females, that's a good one. If you're a female, weak signals come from vessels. It doesn't matter if it's male or female. Most of the times, your weak signal will come from a vessel just like you. So the weak signal job is to distort your signal so both of y'all signals can be the same. This is something that I gotta have more time to teach this one. I need to get up out of here because I'm led by the Spirit to do what the Spirit will lead me to do. But I Am My Life Coach allows me to do some bionic stuff and ground myself so that I can hit the target. You have targets. I have targets. So if we unfriend Christ. We need to remove the unfriend and refriend. And when we refriend, then you become the friend that everybody needs. Y'all get this? See, we unfriended ourselves and we done got around weak signals and we have hindered ourselves. But when we reboot ourselves and refriend ourselves, we put Christ back in place and I Am My Life Coach is back here. And now we are the friend to the friendless. We are the friend to the friendless. See, many people, they might be your sister, but they don't know how to be your friend. Come on now. What am I saying? You could be my sister, meaning we might grew up together, but to be my friend requires a change in position. What am I saying? You can be my sister, but you ain't respecting me as a woman when you a woman yourself. See, you my sister, but your signal is weak. What am I saying? A weak sister, at the end of the day, you got weak signals, and I cannot talk to you just because at the end of the day, see, the end of the day, I have to be able to recognize your signal too weak to reach me. I love you for the time that we both had weak signals. But the moment my signal get back restored, I'm gone. The moment I refriend myself, the moment I undelete and reinstall what I deleted. See, some of you lost everything messing with weak signals. Come on now. Weak signals, weak people. Remember, you need to act your wage. Your wage meaning WAGE. According to how you get paid at a job, that's your wage. And some of us, we don't get paid enough to do some of the stuff we doing at work, right? That's why you don't do nothing on that job, because you're looking at what they paying. Oh, I don't mind getting fired. What am I saying? When you get in some relationships with some people, that is called the job. Who sent you to the job? Christ. Higher self. I don't care whoever you decide to connect with. It could be woman to woman, man to man. It doesn't matter, man or woman. Does not matter. What matters is, you know at 3 o'clock you need to be a friend. At 6 o'clock you need to be a brother or a sister. At 9 o'clock you need to be a business partner. At 12 o'clock you need to be a woman of God or a man of God. Do you know the times to be what it is you need to be? Or is your clock just broke and it's spinning all out of control? And every time you meet somebody, you just want them to be yours. It's like, how can you own something before you own yourself? You can't handle something, so you sabotage what it is you desire to have. But what you desire to have is giving you an opportunity to get your signal up, to get your weight up, to sit here and go to the next one. What did it say? It says to unfollow. See, you done to unfollow, meaning why are you following people that leading you nowhere? You need to unfollow them and follow the Christ in you and build yourself back up. In who? In Christ, in me, in self. And for many of us, we start following the wrong one. We start following the wrong one, and that's what complicates the situation, you guys. I got to get into my word. The last one that is deactivate. Some of us, we have deactivated the account, and your account is deactivated because you don't have rights to be you. It's very important that you understand you came in this world to be you and to let God use you. And you ain't been used by God since, because people been questioning you, people been correcting you, people been telling you you wrong, people been telling you you all, people been telling you you're not good enough, people been finding your flaws, you've been looking at your people around you, they've been sitting here doing some stuff and it done messed you up, done jacked you up, and now you sitting here disabled, you block, you deleted. This called an issue. And see, you kind of look for people that you need to do this to, but if you're looking for somebody that you need to do this to, then go in the mirror. Because you've been looking for the wrong thing. The one who put this into effect will be you. And that's why we got to overturn this. This is hard, right? This is hard and difficult. I got to get into this word or I get in trouble if I don't, right? Because I'm going to be honest with you. If nothing come out of this, at least I come out of this. Did you hear me? Some of us, we get involved with people and you be so busy looking at them. And you be like, I just don't want to participate. If nothing come out of this, at least I'm coming out of this. And for some of you, that's what you're going to say today. Whatever you was in, I'm not heartbroken. At least I came out of this. Who I came to be came out of this. Out of this foolishness, I came out. I came out of this. Do you hear me? If none come out of this, at least I come out of this. Come on now. You got to get an eye up in you. Ain't no we coming out of this. No I coming out of this. I don't know about you. Only one who gonna know about you gonna have to be you, because I am my life coach, not yours. Let's go. See, we're dreaming, right? We're dreaming, but we're struggling with the work that comes with the dream. For many of us, we don't have nothing, right? So you dreaming of something, but you don't have no work yet. You just dreaming. But now you done got what you was dreaming about, and it requires work, and you don't want to do the work. You struggling with the work, but today I'm here to help you with the work right now. First, we're going to come against those monitoring spirits that's been monitoring that you ain't making no progress. And long as you ain't making no progress, then you here on earth not doing nothing. And that will be considered the enemy's work, right? The enemy work. Listen, open up your scripture. Let's go in and let's learn a little something from Christ. I want to flip the script. I call this flipping the script, right? Crack out, Kevin Hart. Okay. Listen, you guys, peace and blessings, all love. Y'all know what I'm here to do. I'm not here to sit here. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I'm here to make a difference in my life. And if I can make a change in yours, then it'll happen. If it does not happen, then I thank you guys for giving up the time to allowing me to do what I'm able to do. It don't mean I couldn't do it. It just means you don't have the availability. It's not your time. What I have to say ain't for everybody, but it is for somebody. I come with respect. So in respect, it doesn't matter how you respect me. It's how you respect yourself. Good music is good music. Positive is positive. I'm not around this camp talking about anything and everything. I'm talking about anything that's going to make me better. But talking about things that don't make me better, don't add $2 in my pocket, don't help me get my strength together, get my mind together, get my spirit together, help me push forward. If you're not talking my frequency or talking my language, then my mind can't even pick up on your frequency. But what am I saying to you? We finna vibrate higher, so let's go deeper. And now I'm saying that to say light your fire, so we know who here, because we need to know who here and we need to know who ain't gonna be here. Come on now, because when you come out of a dark place, you're gonna have to have fire. You're gonna have to have fire. You're gonna have to have power. It's by power, by fire. So I'm on Matthew's 12. Check this out. 12 and 15. Check out 12 and 15. Matthew 12 and 15. Let's push through this message real quick. Watch this. Watch this, you guys. This is amazing. Look at this. Aware of this, right? Wait. 12, Matthew's 12 and 22. I'm speaking out of the Holy Bible. I'm calling this flipping the script. This is when I flip the script and I just break it down. I chop it down so that we can get, a higher vibration, right? So watch this. Then they brought to him a demon-possessed man. Stop right here. Today I was examining this thing and I said, they brought to him a demon-possessed man. What am I saying? They brought to him a demonstration. You see, sometimes you got to have a demonstration, right? Many of you, you have been a demonstration to someone that has a problem, right? See, many of you, some of you, you've been called into the building. And when they get the building, they get to preaching about you. And you be like, I feel like they talking about me. Oh man, I'm convinced. Because you a demonstration, a demon. A demon that's present. And I got to tell you about the demon that's present in you without telling you the demon is in you. You are the demon that walked in here. So I got to give you a demonstration, right? But notice, I don't know if y'all got that, but I hope y'all got that. If you got that light fire, they brought to him a demonstration, a demon-possessed man who was blind and mute. Listen, blind and mute, meaning a demonstration. Meaning when you lit your fire, they could not see, right? Many of the times when you light your fire, that means you can see, but people around you can't see. And you got to explain yourself over and over and over and over again. You keep trying to get the dead to see something you can't see. That is a demonstration of somebody that just can't see a vision. They can't see where you're going. They can't see what you bring. They can't see. See, when you know what you know, you ain't got to explain what you got. I never had to explain my position in the world. I never had to explain what I have, what my brother have, what the people around me have. I never had to explain, I own this, I own that. I own this, I own that. And I own it, and I don't pay no payments on it. I just own it. When you look at my credit bureau, it don't say I got a lot of loans I done took out or something. It's not there. But how do I have all these things? Because I didn't take a note out. I didn't take an IOU. And for many of us, you don't took IOUs out, and you owe. You owe because you want to borrow from somebody else to jumpstart who you are. Come on now. You get into a relationship with somebody, you already taking loans out. I'm trying to see if this is how much you want first. Who made you the evaluator? Come on, man. Now you done took from them and they done did everything. Now you owe them now. And by law of the spirit, come on now. By law of the spirit, you better not get it wrong. In some areas and some of you people, they got more authority than you. I'm going to talk about authority on Saturday. But in that area, they have more authority than you. So when you got a weak signal and somebody got a strong signal, you come in that area, your little signal do not walk you out of there. You done got trapped in there. And for many of you, you've been trapped for so long that today I'm breaking all strongholds up off of you. This is what I'm saying. Here's the demonstration. If the devil can give a demonstration of how you locked in hell, light your fire right now, please. One more time. If you see that emoji jump up there and you see that fire got this room lit up right now, then God can do a demonstration on how you can get free. That goes Jesus. That's how Jesus come into play. That go higher self right now. Meaning, only way I can go higher and get out of what I've been under, I gotta realize I'm the one who put myself under. I put myself under somebody else. I put myself under foolishness. I've been following foolishness. I've been reading foolishness. I've been posting foolishness. I've been listening to foolishness. I've been going to foolishness. I've been around weak signals, and yet I still ain't realized I had to be this in order to connect to all of that. But now that I realize the problem been me, come on now, God, he makes me vibrate and he thrusts me out of what I've been in. That's why the fire is lit right now. Come on now. We on Matthew 12 and we on verse 22. They brought him a demon-possessed man who was blind. Blind meaning they had no vision. Your girlfriends, you guys, don't have no vision for y'all relationship. They just around, girl, what's your vision for us? Girl, what's your vision for me in your life? What you mean? What's the mission in knowing, in us knowing each other? What's the mission? Girl, let's go have a drink, catch up. What's the vision for catching up? We ain't had a vision in the first place, right? I don't know you. Safe to say, blind, just blind, right? See, let's put some clarity here. And mute. Do you know mute means you can't talk? They means every time you show up, they ain't got nothing to say. And here it is, I will be a person that talks too much. How you ever went around somebody and be like, they talk too much, right? You should understand the good news is that I have many things to talk about. I could talk about my health. I could talk about the wealth. I could talk about my friends. I could talk about what my friends are doing because they're my friends, right? And they did it from scratch. Ain't nothing like watch somebody that do something from scratch, right? And when you see that they ain't had nothing and they turned into something, they got God on them. I want to talk to that guy. Hey, listen, what you thinking about this here? Because I done seen God work on your behalf. I didn't see you have to cut nobody. I didn't see you have to cheat. I didn't see how you cut across the screen. I didn't see you had to lie for it, right? Even if you lied, at least you did say, I lied. That wasn't right, but I had to, right? At least you knew what you was doing, right? Come on, y'all. Don't act like it's just me that had to tell a little lie here and there. I told a lie earlier today. I felt bad about it. I had to go back, correct myself and say, I don't ever want to be around in a weak area. Notice, I didn't say I was a weak person. I said a weak area. That means when the person hit this area, it was so weak that I sit here and felt like I had to say something. And when I got off the phone with them, right, and they got off the phone, it was in regards to my mom. And I got off the phone with them. Soon as I vibrated back higher, I felt like my heart just had jumped out because I'm like, I'm too advanced in who I am to be lying on something so petty and little. And what do you know? Before I came and did this broadcast, somebody called my phone and said, let's pray. And I'm looking like, who told you to pray? And they like, let's pray. Someone told me to pray for you. And they started praying, and then they was done. I said, thank you, man. I really, really needed that. They said, I know. Someone told me to do it. What am I saying? That's because I ain't blocked myself. That's because I didn't delete what it is I have and who I am. You're going to hear me whether you like me or not. I didn't unfriend myself. I'm a friend to myself first before I could be a friend to anyone else. I didn't unfollow me. I decided to follow me. I decided to follow what I think. I decided to follow what I want. I decided to follow what I participate in. I'm monitoring the relationship I'm in. If it go down, I'm going to push it back up. If it get thirsty, I'm going to put some water in it. If I see it hanging over, I'm going to wake up because I cannot have nothing sleep around me. I need everything operating to its full potential, including everybody that's on this broadcast. I pray that God restores you. He realigns you. He give you anything and everything you need that will make you succeed in who he's calling you to be. Some of you, he's calling you for greatness. He's calling you to be what you should have already done. I remove every block and anything that you put up to block yourself. You don't need to put a wall up. That wall is still up, and you put that wall up and then mess yourself up. And now you ain't grown up in areas that you should have grown up in. And now you talking about you got a wall up. Are you crazy or are you lost? Because now what done put up back 10, 15 years ago is just now birthing out the ground now. So now you wonder why there's a hindrance over you. The hindrance is what you spoke out your mouth 15 years ago when you started putting up walls on virtually and started playing with power. It was unauthorized. Now you a woman of God, man of God, and you sitting up here and now you wonder why ain't nothing happening in your life. Because when you was the silly magician back in the day, when you was the silly wizard back in the day, or you was the little sorcerer, or you was playing with tarot cards and horoscopes and talking about your zodiac and all this foolishness, you talking about I put walls up because I ain't got time. And that didn't happen then. It's happening now in your life. And that's what we got to get real with, okay? It's happening now. And that's what we up against. Many of us, we're struggling with what we created. We're struggling with what we created. Let's go deeper. They brought this to Jesus. He brought this man who was blind and mute. And Jesus healed him so that he could talk both. So he could do both. He can talk and he can see. You only can talk about what you know. But some of us, you talking, but you ain't seeing what you talking about. Girl, he got a lot of money. Man, you know what, bro? She this, she that. How you know? See, you only can talk about what you saw. Some of you listening to your girlfriend, she ain't saw nothing, ain't heard nothing. And you around here listening to my, I know that's right. Why you believe in her? You ain't seen none of her stories. Ain't seen her bank account. She told you she making 6 figures. She's sitting here making $30,000 a year. You around here, she making 6, my girl makes 6 figures. And then God give her your 6 figures. And now you don't make 6 figures. You got your eyes on somebody else and God blesses who your eyes been on. Come on, y'all. Y'all want to go deeper? I'll go deeper. Let's do it. So that's, he could both talk and see. Listen to this. All the people was astonished. Oh my God. And said, could this be the son of David? Meaning, they don't know because they never seen no one do what it is God is setting you up to do, because you've been blocked, because you've been deleted, because you've been unfriended, because you've been unfollowed, because you've been deactivated. Why did God do all this to you? Because his presence wasn't being seen through you. Every time you go up in some place, you never the one that's talking. Why you ain't the one up there giving God's word? Why you ain't the one that's sitting over here leading in the prayer? Why you ain't taking the whole table that you participate in? Why somebody else got to do what God wants you to do? So he blocks you, he deletes you, he unfriends you, he unfollows, and he deactivates, because that's what you did with your connection. See? So watch this. So watch this, you guys. So they said, this be so. But when the Pharisees heard this, they said, it is only by Beelzebul, right? The prince of demons. How you know the prince of demons? Ain't this a demonstration? Not only are you not going to be a king of demons, you're going to be the prince of demons, right? Watch this. Prince of demons. He created something they never heard of. He created something. That's my boo thing. That's my side piece. That's my, God never talked about a side piece, but you let somebody create this. Oh, she's a ratchet, her little rat. Somebody created this in your head. You don't know nothing about this, but they created it and you believe it. This person comes in, bewitched everybody and said, this the prince of the demons, that this fellow driving out demons. If it wasn't for him, his brother, if it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't have what he had. That's what you're telling another soul, another person, another girl, another weak signal. You see, girl, I did this for him. As soon as he got what he want, guess what? Soon as you sent that weak signal, it enabled another weak signal, because this person got the same story as you got. And now you understand that why people on this level has the exact same story. Because once you vibrate higher, you ain't around nobody to ever tell his story again. But for some of us, we so down here is because the area we in is weak. And when one person speak, it speak for the whole legion. What's a legion? The whole group. You ain't no better than me. You got messed up. I know your business. You know my business. We know each all dirt because we own a low frequency. That's how only thing that gets reported down here is bad times, hardships, and I know your cup of tea, or I got the dirt on you, right? Watch this. Let's go deeper. It says, but the Pharisees heard this. They said, he's the prince of demons, that he drives us. Listen, Jesus knew their thoughts and said to them, stop. If he knew, that's because he was vibrating on a higher frequency. Now, as a man of God, I know who I am and I know whom's I am. I know when I show up, I'm here to show out. I know when I see my friends or anybody in my life that is operating, I'm going to extend my hand because I have the ability to be a servant of the God that I serve. You see, Christ is in me. And the fact that Christ is in me, he provides for what he's in. He provides for what he's in. So if I'm in a friendship, I provide for the friendship that I'm in. You see, before Jesus came, right, it was all in prophecy. Elijah prophesied and said to us, something is coming. God has given us a son. The son, or who he's sending, will be named Emmanuel. So Emmanuel means God is with us. So this is why some people, they be like, Emmanuel, his name is Emmanuel. His name is Emmanuel. Because Emmanuel means God is with us, right? Let's flip the script. As time went on in the New Testament, you see that Mary was greeted by an angel. And the angel came to Mary and said, you, not her girlfriend, not her boyfriend, not your cousin, your uncle, your auntie. Nobody comes and my son gonna be a prophet. You can't tell your son what he gonna be. Only God can create what your son is already is. Your words do not have the power to speak what they gonna be because God already knew what they was gonna be before he even gave them to you. Watch this. So the angel said to Mary, you are to name this child that's coming through you, Jesus. Right? Now remember, the prophet said his name should be Emmanuel, for God is with us. The angel came here and said this baby shall be named Jesus, because Jesus is the greatest name on what? Earth. So the fact that me and you and everybody that connects to you, I'm not talking about Christians, Buddha, atheists. I'm not talking about no other organization. I'm not talking about no other institution, no schools, no principalities, no dark realms of whatever, no evil, no demons, no devils. It says the greatest name on earth. And now you understand why God had to give the name to Jesus so that he could be the greatest name on earth. Now the question is, when you have some earthly ways and you do your earthly stuff, now we got to understand that Jesus is the one who high yourself. Because if you on earth and you looking at things that's made by earth, then you need to use Christ, which will be Jesus, to understand that call it as I see it. Call it as I see it, because it's Christ that's calling it in you. Come on, y'all. That was deep, but I give it to you. Light your fire. Here we go. So listen to this. Jesus knew their thoughts. I hope y'all got that. Light your fires. If somebody got this, somebody said lower self, lower frequency. Absolutely. Lower self, lower frequency. Watch this. Verse 25. Jesus knew their thoughts and said to them, every kingdom divided against itself will be ruined. Stop right here. Every kingdom. Do you see the kingdom? Divided. I blocked my own blessings. Divided. I deleted something I shouldn't have never deleted. It wasn't for me to harden my heart, to block my heart. It wasn't for me to not trust. Now I'm telling people I got trust issues, right? It wasn't for me to unfriend me because I let somebody befriend me turn into an enemy that I called a friend. Now I done unfriend myself based on what they did to me. And now a real friend show up for me and I can't even show up in me. Come on now. I can't even show up in me. I don't unfriend me and don't got the power to show up in me. Yes, Lord. Light your fire for that. Come on, Miss Wright. You got that now. Phoenix, listen to this special. Unfollow. He says, nah, listen to this. I done messed around and unfollowed the wrong thing and I should have been following. See, I unfollowed my principles, my rules. I'm supposed to have my own rules. I should have stuck to what I like. See, unfollow. I unfollowed and tried to do it somebody else's way. I tried to listen to what my pastor said, what the first lady said. I tried to listen to what the evangelist told me. She wasn't even talking to me. I just was listening, just sitting around here, just greedy when I didn't have to be greedy. I'm looking for a word. God already gave me a word. I'm still migrating off and eating off the word he gave me the last time. And I'm sitting here, I done got so hungry. I done ran here and got another plate or something. I'm over fat. greedy in this with all this spiritual food. I ain't bust nothing down, ain't broke nothing down. Digestive system all clogged up. You done got congested. You can't even process what you done got yet because now you got processed words. Come on now. Processed words is words that, when they got processed food is created in a factory, right? It's like processed chicken. That means they induce it. Some people got processed words. That wasn't the word God gave them. Processed. They heard that word. They bringing out words they done had 10, 12 years ago. What are God here to do? Somebody lit their fire already. Miss Williams done lit the fire. God want to light your fire. That ain't a processed word. That's a real word right there. The real word is her fire. Whoever lit that fire, that's their fire. Come on, Sonia, that's your fire. Don't you sit here and mess with my fire, because my fire goes with my experience, the stuff I done seen, the dreams that I done seen, the things that I know. That's my fire right now. My experience in bad and good. I got experience in left and right. I got experience in single and being with someone. And at the end of the day, I realize I'm the same person and I want to do better. The next relationship, I'm going to be better. If I'm better, then they going to be better. I'm going to treat it better because I'm going to know what to give and what not to give. Come on now. What am I saying? Let's go deeper. Let's close this scripture out. Look at this, y'all. This is good. This is good. Look at this. Jesus said, any kingdom divided against itself, meaning you done messed up you and think we got a friendship. No, we ain't got nothing. I'm a friend to you. You ain't a friend to me because you done unfriended the friend in you. You can't give me nothing. That's why you're looking at me like this. Somebody tell you, I love everything about you. I know you love about me. I love me. You know why you love me? Because God is in me. God is love. God so loved the world, he sent his only begotten son. He said, love is kind. Love don't keep records of wrongdoing. I have no records of wrongdoing when it comes down to anything I want to do because I'm ready to do whatever God called me to do. And that is put my best foot forward, give the best advice, the best support, give the best everything. And guess what? Sometimes when you learn from the best, you're around the best, you become better yourself. Because watching them made me want to be the best me that I could possibly be. Come on now, light your fire for that. You cannot give little and then think you're going to get a lot. Come on now. The code says for whatever measure you give, block, delete, unblock that, then that's what you receive. You get this back in return. And then when Jesus come to you, this is good here. This is off the hip. Jesus come. You remember when that was a king? Come on, y'all. A king. And he gave some of his servants. He gave 1 5 seeds, gave 1 3, and gave 1 1. He left and came back at a certain time. He left and came back. See, it ain't what I do when I'm around you. It's what I do when I'm not around you. And sometimes when you're around somebody or you're not around, you be like, man, I'm just thinking about them. Man, I just really love the energy that they bring. You see, that's energy. That's frequency, right? So Jesus shows back up in their life and said, what did you do with those 5 gifts I gave you? 5 gifts. That's how you know there's 5 gifts that you have. See, you need the 5 gifts of God. Yes, Lord. You need the 5 gifts. See, the first one got 5 because they was ready for 5. You see, 5. The other ones, right? I could tell you about 7, right? Remember I said there's a game called Let's Make 7? I'll tell you that another time. Some of y'all got 3 gifts and you're looking for somebody that got 4 gifts so you can have 7, right? Somebody got 5, you need 2 so you can make 7, right? Completion, Sabbath, rest, right? Okay, so he came back to the one and said, what'd you do with the 5? He said, I took the 5 and made 10. He said, very good. Meaning I took my gift and used my gift and I duplicated my gift in someone else. Come on now. I had 5 gifts, but once I met 5 people, I gave 5 gifts and grew. The same 5 gifts I have is now growing in Felicia. It's now growing in Nicole. It's now growing in Miss Williams. It's now growing in Starlight. It's now growing in Phoenix, right? That's just an example. 5 gifts I gave to these individuals. It's growing, right? He said, very good. Very good, right? Gave 5 gifts. He said, you getting 5 keys now. See, I get 5 keys for what I do, right? So he done gave me 5 keys. Keys open doors, lock doors to 5 cities. That means I got more range. More range meaning long as they're succeeding, then I'm succeeding because they're succeeding because of what I planted in them. See, I had to have a one-on-one with them to get the keys to be able to turn the enemy down and to turn God up in whatever it is that I planted in them. Come on, y'all. Let me show you deeper. Let's go deeper for all y'all. Y'all lighting the fire. Here you go. You see, when I get keys, keys can turn stuff off and on. See, so when something grows, something can come against it. But if they contact me, I can come back and I can turn it back off to reboot, to send the evil, the demons, anything back down the hill so that what's been planted continue to grow. What am I saying? It's a tree. What am I saying? It's a tree. What am I saying? It's your blessings. What am I saying? If you offline, I can put you back online. Get online and I'll keep you online. Get to the Mighty Monday Meltdown and we'll get what we need to get restarted, to be rejuvenated, to be replenished right now, to be refreshed, to be restored so that we can get through the rest of this week. What am I saying? I'm saying when we come on to the Mighty Monday Meltdown 2.0, this is a jump start to me doing what I need to do. And the way that I do what I need to do, I needed to have keys to start this thing up. And God gave us keys on Mondays and Saturdays. And on Saturdays, we turn that thing off. What do I mean? That's the wildfire. That means we've been on fire all week, that now it's time at the 5 o'clock hour to turn this thing off. Whoop. And now we good. And then Sunday is the day that the Lord rests. Come on, y'all. Y'all got that? That is a message beyond message. So look at this. Jesus said every city, see the city? I just gave you an example. Oh, I left it open. 5 keys. Very good. The one he got 3 to. 3, remember the one that he gave 3 C's to? I got 3 C's, 3 gifts. One of these gifts can be apples. The other one could be oranges. The other could be bananas. I'm going to go plant 3 gifts in 3 people. I'm giving 3 people, I'm giving 3 gifts to them. I'm giving them apples, bananas, and pears. Or apples, bananas, and oranges. So now somebody got apples, bananas, and oranges, right? That's because it take a person with a gift to plant a gift. So stop sitting here, God, give me this, get here. If God give you something, it will be through somebody he sends specifically to you. And he's going to give you an assignment, and you're going to have to take that assignment, and you're going to have to pass that thing over to someone else. And that's how you know what you got. Watch this. So now he gave them 3. Same Jesus come back out. Hey, what did you do with those 3 things I gave you? I planted them in Nicole. I planted them in someone. And what did you get? I planted 3 and got 3. See, I duplicated what I had. I duplicated myself. How did I do it? I am my life coach. That's why I'm strong in God. Because all I know how to be is who God called me to be. I don't know about you till you tell me about you. But if you ain't got no grounding, I advise you to start here. Because your grounding is going to tell you what you're producing. Your grounding, Sister Sonia, going to tell me what you're producing. And some people ain't got to produce because they done got processed food. They getting fed. Remember Jesus said to Peter, hey, Peter, you love me? Yes, I do love you, higher self. Yes, I do love you, Sonia. Sister Sonia, do you love me? I love you, Sister Sonia. Sister Sonia, I love you. She said, then minister, feed the sheep. Sister Sonia, I got stuff to do. Sister Sonia, I want to go out and have a good time. I want to go, Sister Sonia, I got stuff to do. Minister, you love me? I love you, Sister Sonia. Yes, Lord. I'm going to need you to get on Mighty Monday Meltdown, and I'm going to need you to give us some word. Give us some word of encouragement. Give us some word that will help us build. Give us some word that deliver us. Give us some word that will heal us, that will grow us up, that will put us back together, that will help us break ourselves down and put ourselves back together, that will help us push forward, go forward, that will help us rise. Sister Sonia, I will do that because you know what you asking that God can do overseeingly and above, and he can do it through me. And that's why I'm here to do what it is that she needs me to do. And if she needs me to do it, then you better understand the reason why you here is because God told me to come and make this thing happen. But the one who had the one thing, the one who had one job, God said, what did you do with the one? You had one job, that was to get on this broadcast. Get on this broadcast. And what they do, they went and buried it and then unburied it when he came back. What am I saying? What did you do once you learned that I was my life coach? I am my life coach. God gave me the keys and told me, hey, I don't want nobody driving you to the Lord no more. I don't want nobody driving you. I got a special vehicle for you. I got a special assignment for you. See, some of you, you've been wanting to help somebody, but God ain't put you here to help nobody. The only body you about to help is you, right? He said, I got a key for you. One key, one seed. Here's your key. You see, if he would have planted one, it would have made 2. But I don't want to make 2 of the one that plants stuff, because if you go plant and then nothing grow and then you dig it back up, then guess what? You ain't got nothing. And for some of you, you plant good, but then you dig it back up because you want to tell somebody you ain't who I thought you was. All you wanted was this here. Oh, I see what you own now. I see this is what you need. I thought you wanted me, but since you don't want me, I don't want you no more. I'm going to dig up now what I think about you. I'm going to take back my goodness from you now. Now I'm going to sit here now. And you know what? You go ahead on. See, you could just give away. You could just block someone and you can delete someone. No, you're not deleting them. You're blocking you. You're deleting you. You're unfriending you. You unfollow Christ and you just deactivated your account because God couldn't use you. And so he take what he had for you and he gives it to someone else. Why he give it to them? Because they can do something with what you can't do nothing with. Some of you, all you needed was an opportunity. God gave you an opportunity to be the best you can be. But since you couldn't have a title, you wanted to do all this to yourself. See, if I can't be somebody special in your life, baby, you better be special to yourself. Do you hear me? Because you're a special case and you need special education or you need a special class. What am I saying? I'm saying you got a special class. But God ain't told me to teach that special class. But if this is the special class, then let me tell you about how special this class is. This class is so special that, hey, listen, I got to learn in a special type of way. I got a special type of gift in a special type of way. And guess what? It deserves a special type of pay. And my pay is at least respect my time as well as your own. Respect your time. That's all. Respect your time. Time is very important, but don't tell me somebody took your time and wasted your time when you didn't use the time. Look how long it took for you just to show out what love means. Love means so much more out of you, but yet you trying to base love off the length of a relationship when love should have been based off the strength of a relationship. See, the strength is the signal, and when your signal is weak, then you're going to find every reason to not perform. Remember? Proper preparation prevents poor performance. If you was performing highly, then I wouldn't need God so much because God is already doing what he came down here to do. And that is make it count. And anything you do, see, you want somebody else to make it count before you make it count. Come on now, let's finish this word. I can't believe I didn't get through the word. Lord have mercy. Listen at this. It says, yeah. Jesus knew their thoughts. Even the divided kingdom against itself is ruined. Every city, see the city? The city is things you got keys to. Many people, you got keys to people's lives. Do you hear me? Your girlfriend, this key go to her kids, her family, her son. This go to her daughter. This key go to her mailbox. That means the stuff she got in her mail. This key go to her ex. This key go to her last ex. This key go to her husband she divorced from. This goes to his ex-wife. This goes to his baby mama. This goes to when he goes to the club. This key go to his health. This key go to the gym. You got so much foolishness about somebody else's life. You done heard every story that got something to do with somebody ain't got nothing to do with you. And you want to talk about who wastes your time? That's a lot of time. That's a lot of time. Watch this, y'all. Look at this. If Satan drives out Satan, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Remember how some people, they could just be done with you? Come on, Felicia. They could be done with you, right? If Satan drives out Satan, he's divided against himself. Ain't that something? You gonna let somebody come in your life and run you out and make you block your own blessing, delete your own God that's in you, unfriend your own self, right? Because now you need somebody else to be a friend of you because you don't know how to friend you, right? You done unfollowed your own ways and what God has told you, and you care about what everybody else thinks. So what you think? Somebody sit here. I told y'all I was gonna do this. I told somebody I talked to today, right? I told them that I couldn't believe that somebody had the audacity. One of my friends, he had the audacity to sit here and send me a message. And I just prayed with this guy and gave him some direction, right? I told him what God told me to tell him, right? Now, I don't want to block his name, right? Now, this is the message, right? And he asked me to read the message, right? And I'm like, read the message, bro. Just tell me what you say. He said, no, bro, you got to read the message. Look at the message, y'all. I didn't know you're supposed to hit this button, right? I said, I did read the message. He said, no, did you read the whole message, right? Look at the whole message. Look at this message. Are you serious? Dude, you could have wrote a whole book. I thought men. I thought women is the only one that would do. This man wrote a whole book. Do you hear me? Hey, bro, I told you to call me, right? The man said, I text you a text. Did you read the text? I said, I think I read the text already. What's going on? Right? He said, read the text, and hung up the phone. This the text again. That's the text. Look at this scroll up. Lord have mercy. Do you hear me? And he said, was I wrong? Hey, bro, there's no right or wrong if you had to write all that. Seem like you need to be a teacher because this is too much, right? Too much, right? Let's get to it. Watch this, y'all. Let's close it out. Let's close it out strong. Let's get back to it. I pray you guys are still with me as I close. Light your fire. Yeah, my God, right? Come on, Nicole, my God. Do you hear me? A whole message. I'm telling you, these men is in a different place right now, ladies. This is too much for y'all. I'm not saying that he was wrong. I'm saying he want to be heard. Y'all ladies don't listen long enough, I guess. This man had to write it down and told me to read it. I'm looking like, bro, this is a book, bro. I'm like, got this type of time. It's 2024. Man, they got IDC. They got IDC. I don't know. IG, IDAGF, PET. This generation is hashtagging everything. You get what I'm saying? They got period. Period. I ain't doing it. Period. You wrote a whole book, bro. You is so outdated right now. He got to get up to date, right? Forget that. Watch this. I'm going to close out, Sonya. Let's go. It says, how then can his kingdom stand? If anything divided y'all, how can it stand? We got to move all this from us, not from them, from us. Because if you want to do this to them, that only means it exists in you. Remove this and it removes them. Remove this and it removes them. Remove the wall and you remove the predator that's behind the wall. Remove the wall and you remove the one that's trying to overtake your life and recognize that now you have life. Forget being trapped. We talking faith, not fear. We talking faith over fear. Lower self is fear. Higher self is faith. I got faith that I'm about to vibrate higher. I got faith that the next thing I'm about to do is about to open up doors for me. Now, they might don't give me what I need at the time I need it, but if I stick around, it'll be the right time. And eventually, as this clock kicks, eventually they'll get a chance to see what I'm really working with. You get what I'm saying? 3 o'clock, I'm gonna learn how to be his friend. By 5 o'clock, I'm gonna learn how to be a friend. By 6 o'clock, I'm gonna be a best friend. At 7 o'clock, I'm gonna be an incredible friend. At 8 o'clock, I'm gonna be an outstanding friend. Come on now, let's get around the clock and let's make sure we know what time it is. Let's stop jumping in thinking we're gonna fill somebody else's shoe. Who used to be in this position? I'm not here for the position. I'm here for the war. I'm here for the game. I'm here to win the game. I'm here to win. I showed up in your, not to be your man. I show up so that you can accomplish the goal that God, the prayer. I'm here to fulfill the prayer. You say, oh, I prayed for a man. No, you prayed for a business to be successful so you can take care of your family, which include a husband. Don't you sit here and think that somebody finna marry you or marry into your foolishness. And now we sit here neck and neck on these low vibrations. There's a war that's going on. I pray that I can win the war, and God sent you. Come on now. You didn't show up for the position. You showed up for the war that's ahead of us. Bigger, better, greater. That's where we going. Straight ahead. No backtrack, no retract, no none of that. No backing up and no backsliding. Let's go deeper. It says, if I drive out demons by Beelzebul, if I drive out demons by Beelzebul, by whom do your people drive them out? So if I use a demon to get to you, then who do your people use to drive out demons? You didn't get it? They're a demon too. If you looking at me and I'm Jesus, I'm operating in higher self. I'm the higher self. But you want to tell me that I'm doing wrong to people who in lower self. That's because you in lower self. Okay, let me make it more simple. If a lady wants someone who meets her standards in regards to her being higher self, right? I mean, I'm a woman in God, I'm guided, I'm directed, I'm right. And when she brings in the opposite species, right? Then the connection is here. But if this connection tells this connection that it's down here, this connection doesn't go down here. This connection does. Because you cast a spell and it backfired and you was wrong. And you go sinking. You understand what I'm saying? That makes sense? So you can vibrate here and you want something to vibrate on your level. But when here vibrates to you and you cast a spell and you say, hey, so what happened to your last, right? Or this and that there, you're not going forward to vibrate higher. You put them in their last. So the moment they go into their last, you done brought another person into the equation and you end up going lower. The other person ends up being you. You are the other person that was his last. The last you was the last in somebody else's life. You came in and you keep hitting repeat. And every time you meet someone, you hit repeat and you become the last. Because all of us is getting the same type of energy, which is a weak signal. And we bring in another person and we keep sinking them. We sinking them because we trying to look at them with monitoring spirits. And the monitoring spirits have us looking for something specific. And those are monitoring spirits. But we have to come against monitoring spirits. Bring down monitoring spirits so that when you show up, I can grow up. Grow up meaning the more I know, the more I grow. I'm going to let my intelligence and my emotions, I'm going to let my intelligence in my progress with my God. I'm going to let my God lead the way. And I Am My Life Coach helps me to not violate you. Come on now. My God, let me, I Am My Life Coach grounds me to let me know that I'm only responsible for what I do. But see, some of you want to take responsibility for what somebody else did. Or you want them to be responsible for what the last man did. I ain't the last man you been with. I'm the new man that just came in. All I said is hi. You looking like, I know you talking about. And it's like, girl, you crazy. But it's okay, right? Let me move. I ain't got to talk to you. Please go. See? She did this to herself. She did this to herself. That's why she blocked the blessings of God. But you can't sit here and try to be in somebody's face who God put block on. They can't hear you. See? They can't hear you and they can't see your potential. They can't see that I'm affect the world. They can't see that I'm meant to speak to the masses. They can't see, Sister Sonia, that I will go into many temples and synagogues and shrines and I will tear them down because they don't belong in you. I got a different mission. My mission is God wants you. That's all he wants. He wants you. But you ain't got to go in there for him to have you. You ain't got to go in there to get your blessings through either. You can get it right now if you knew how to get it. Come on, y'all. Light your fire. You got it today. You got this. Look, I'm done on this one. And after this, listen, if I was a demon, so then they will judge. Listen, so then who do your people pull the demon out of? Because when I come to you, I tell you that it's you that's off. But when you go into your temples and your mass in your places, who do they tell you the demon is in? They tell you the demon is in what? In the people outside in the world, the people that's drinking and clubbing. Wait a minute, you club, you drink. The one that having sex ain't been married, that's you too. The one that's out here sinning for, that's you too. So who do they tell you it is? Because somebody lying, and I ain't lying. I know what it is about me. And I just told you that I'm here to tell you, hey, let's tear this down and let's get it right, right? Come on, y'all. Let's go deeper. We done on this one. But if it is by the Spirit of God that I drive out a demon, come on, y'all. I only can drive out of you what I know that's in you. Come on, man. I only can drive out of you what I know that's in you. Okay, you can't help me out of nothing that you don't know I'm in. Let's go. If I ain't never been here, then you ain't never been here. Then guess what? We both here. We both stuck here. But if I'm here, and you used to be here, but you got out of here, but God sent you back here, then that's to get me up out of here. Come on, get your bags. That's how we leave up out of here. I've been a weak signal. I've been a weak signal in a weak place for such a weak time. But let's be clear. Act your wage right now. That means I put in work to be what you see. This, my wages is high right now. That means when you bet on me, you betting on a winner. You get what I'm saying? Because my wages, my stakes is high. Been there, done that enough to know how to get out of that. You get what I'm saying? Been there, done that. I know enough stuff like how to get out of that. Now let's be clear. Oh, you ain't the problem. Oh, it's all me. I know how to get out of something. Oh, I messed up. Didn't have my stuff together. I was vulnerable. Why I was vulnerable? Because I didn't want to do the work. Many of you, they played on my vulnerability. You shouldn't have had vulnerability if you would have did the work. You were saying they played on the fact that you ain't got no finance. Why you ain't got no finances? Why your money? Well, he came in throwing his money in my face because your money wasn't together, boo. Get your money together. You're going to get a whole nother person. Don't let you have your stuff together, boy. And see, for me, y'all see this little stand right here I got? I don't have to have a dime. Because I know my value is in me. I bring value to whatever I participate in. Your finances go up. You could just be my friend. You could hear me talking on the phone and don't even know me, and you going to get value out. You're going to be like, man, that guy, I be talking to people on the phone. Somebody else be like, you telling the truth. Somebody came up here and hit me like this. I'm looking like, they hit me because they so accustomed to seeing somebody do this to the pastor, right? That they always wanted to rub the man of God. And I'm on my phone talking. And I done became a man of God. Ain't that something? Out in the world. At the hot dog place. Ain't that something? They in the back. And I'm on my phone like, come on, y'all. Yeah. You better get this. We closing out, Phoenix. Let's go. I got to close this out. Sonya, come on, y'all. Let's press with me real quick. Watch this. But if it is by the Spirit of God that I drive out demons, you know what I say? At least I know how to drive out a demon. You cannot drive out nothing you ain't never seen. Come on, special. Come on, special. They go special right there. You can't drive out what you ain't seen. You get what I'm saying? Some of you got ninjas around here, okay? You can't get rid of something because you ain't seen it. That's why nobody exposed the real you or who you should have been. All I got to do is show you who you should been. Then you'll see who the ninja been. You see, many of you want them to go in your past. All I need to do is go in your future. Come on, y'all. Y'all missed that. Let's get that again. You want many people to tell, I tell you about yourself. If you tell me about myself, you better be telling me about the bigger, better, greater. You better be telling me about where I'm going. You better be telling me about the future and what I saw. But if you telling me about the past, then boo, you is no prophet at all. You are a fool. Okay? A fool that wants to learn where I've been as if I don't know where I've been, where all the other people don't know where I've been. It was never about where I've been. It really was about where I'm going. And for many of you, that is the same thing I'm trying to tell you. It's not where you've been, it's where you're going. And when you get to somebody, stop asking what happened in the past. You better tell me what the future look like. Because at the end of the day, I got nothing but power. I got nothing but energy. I got nothing but seeds. And I need to know how to plant them. I got nothing but a lot of God in me. And if you don't want that, then hey, you better sit here and get out my way because hey, I'm gonna love you out my way. I got standards so high that you're gonna swear up and down. The Lord Himself is talking to you. I know I'm a female, but as a female, don't look at the female body. You better look at the guy in the female body because that's the one that you gotta answer to right then and now. Okay, come on, y'all. Let's get it right. Here you go. I'm closing out. Mako, I'm closing out. Here you come, Felicia. Look at this. Then the kingdom has come upon you. Listen, but if I drive out a spirit. If it is by the Spirit of God that I drive, the music is throwing me off. That's what's throwing me off. If it is by, y'all got to hear this. Please stay a little longer. Watch this. This is amazing. This is amazing time. Light your fire. Light your fire right now for this closeout. But if it is the Spirit of God, this is why we got to remove all this. If it is by the Spirit of God that I can drive this demon out of me, then the kingdom of God has come upon you. Whoa. If I can unblock me, if I can reinstall what I deleted, if I can refriend myself, if I cannot unfollow me, but refollow me, because I'm here to see what me gonna do. When I show up, I want to see I want to see how much I growed up. When I sit here and see somebody doing me wrong, I want to say, man, you did a good job today. Thank you. When I see somebody smash that pumpkin pie, that banana pie in my face, I want to sit here and say, man, this cake tastes so good. Thank you so much. I know it's on my face right now. I know I look like a clown right now. I promise you, I love this clown feeling. I'm sorry I showed up with these bozo shoes on because I know I look like I've been in a circus with you. It's been a circus. Come on now, these bozo shoes. I know my goofy been turned up. I've been straight up Walt Disney characters in my own life. You hear me? It says the Spirit of God has come upon you. Or again, how can anyone enter a strong man's house and carry off any possession unless first you had to tie me up, the strong man up? Then he can plunder his house. See? Some of you got your guys up. Ain't that something? This is not no guards. You hear me? This is foolishness. Yeah. Right? Unblock. What is he saying? He said, then they got to tie you up first. Some of you, they had to tie you up in conversation. Girl, let me tell you something about you. Let me tell you, I just love the way you did it. What you think about me? I don't think about you at all. I'm too busy thinking about God and me and what I got to do. That's the truth. I'm too busy trying to give bigger, better, greater. I'm too busy trying to fulfill the prophecy. I'm too busy trying to complete this dream, this vision. I'm too busy trying to sit here and get this currency in order so I can be good with the ones I'm supposed to be good with. Now, what I think about you, I don't know enough about you. I'm too busy being me. I am my life coach. Don't you get it? I ain't got that type of time. And you know who a person admires? A person admires a person that ain't got time for foolery. I pray that y'all got that message. That was a hidden message there. Or again, how can anyone enter a strong person out of time? Listen, verse 30. However, it is not with me. However, this is why I say learn the clock. 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Friend, companion, partnership. Because you can fit the role for anything, right? You can be anything you want to be. Only one who's going to determine that is you. Whoever is not with me. Is this not personal? When the last time your congregation was with you? They don't know you. See? Whoever is with me, this is singular. I didn't say we, I said me. Whoever is with me, right? Whoever is not with me. There you go. Whoever is not with me is against me. There go the enemy right there. If you ain't with me, then you against me because I know my plans is to prosper what I participate in. I know my plans is bigger, better, greater. I know my plans is to get to the next level. I know my plans is to do better. Ask questions later. I know my plan is not to question somebody or be looking all through somebody's life trying to find their imperfection as if that makes me who I am. I don't want to be good in finding imperfection. I want to be good at perfecting what I partake in. Come on, y'all. Light your fires on that one right there. It says, whoever is not with me, Phoenix, is against me, special, and whoever does not gather with me, scatter. Do you see? You should be gathering good people, bringing them to where we at, where we share the message. Hey, you got to watch this and subscribe. Hey, I sent you this, but this is one of them ones you need to really watch. If you can't convince one person to watch this broadcast, then shame on you, but I'm glad you still here because it was only meant for you. That means if they can't do what you asked them to do, there go a delete right there. Delete them. Because the Lord was in you when you told them. Block them because the Lord was in you when you told them. Unfriend them because the Lord was in you when you told them. Unfollow them because the Lord was in you when you told them to follow you with what you're doing. You tried to get them to the living water. You tried to get them to the well, but you can't make them drink, but you can make them think. Come on now, think about it. You got to think about why this ain't working for you. You got to think about how this ain't happening for you. You got to think about why you ain't drinking this water because it's running free. You want somebody to come up and you want them to sit here. You want them to hold your mouth open and say, hun, take a sip. You want them to wipe your mouth. Oh, get your hand up off my mouth. Your hands ain't even clean. And you want to put your hand in my face. Put your hand in your own face. Yes, God. I got to close this last sentence. And so, I tell you, and so, who is I? That's the Father. See? That's the Father. That's not Jesus. That's the Father. So I tell you, Jesus is the one that's under prosecution. So it got to be the Father. I tell you, every kind of sin, ignorance, see? Every kind of sin and slander can be forgiven. So anything that nobody knows, it can be forgiven, but it can't be forgiven if you got all this activated in your life. Remove all of this and you remove sin because I'm no longer ignorant to ignorance. I'm intelligence. Only thing gonna beat ignorance is knowledge. The more you know, the more you grow. Information is knowledge. Information. In my form that I'm taking, I am my life coach. That is a concept that allows me to take a form. In that form, it allows me to produce results, right? It says, and so I tell you, every kind of sin and slander can be forgiven, but blasphemy against the Spirit will not. And for many of you, don't expect nobody to forgive you for being a great person. Don't expect nobody to forgive you for smiling so much and being happy. No one can forgive you for having a good heart. You over here, my heart just too good. I love people too much. Girl, shut up. Right? What I'm telling you to shut up. Because you're bleeding out for no reason at all. It's blasphemy. No one's supposed to love your lovable spirit. They weak in signal. Go to where you are appreciated, not tolerated. You around here, these people here, you're around the land of the dead. That's my time, you guys. Anyone who speak a word against the Son, which is higher self, Christ, will be forgiven. But anyone who speak against the Holy Spirit, come on now, will not be forgiven, either in this age and in the age to come. You mean tell me you 20, you 50 and still act like you 20? Even you didn't get it in this age, and you still ain't getting it in the age to come. You ain't getting it when you're 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 50. You ain't getting it then. He said, anyone who speaks a word against the Son of Man will be forgiven. See, the Son of Man. There's a difference between the Son of Man. That's lower self. The Son of God. That's higher self. See, even Jesus had Son of Man. That's a man made by God. Higher self. Son of God. That's God in the Son. You understand what I'm saying? But he said, if you, that was a mystery right there. I just cracked it open. Verse Matthew 12:32. What I just said, that was just revealed in this moment. Anyone who speaks a word against the Son of Man will be forgiven, lower self. But anyone who speaks against the Holy Spirit will not be forgiven, higher self, either in this age or in the age to come. Peace and blessings, man. I thank you guys for taking time out, man. I hope you guys got some information, something good to help us get us through this week. Look forward to the next time that we can link up. And think before you link, right? Also, I want to just remind you guys, man, health and wealth this season. We're marching through. I covered everything. Remember, if nothing else come out of this, make sure it's you. If nothing coming up out of it, at least let me come up out this. If I get nothing else, see, you have to understand something. If nothing comes up out of this, at least I come up out of this. And I will be who you should have always been. See, if nothing gonna come up out of being a weak signal, but a strong signal. Let me come out bigger, better, greater. Let me come out on the next level. Let me come out fully charged up. Let me come out revived, renewed. Let me come out being the light that God knew that he could trust me with. Let me see. That's why he said, you are the one who changed the temperature in the room. Your attitude is what shapes the environment. There go the invisible crown right there. Let me be the change that I need to see in others. Let me realize that when I answer something, they see here and it makes them retract what they gonna do. You see, if you can't change your people, then it's time to change your people. And that's all I'm saying. Change them by not being around them, right? Oh, here's a good joke for you guys, right? Somebody cracked the joke, and that's no disrespect to nobody, right? Somebody cracked the joke, right? It wasn't really a joke. Actually, I say that for another time. I save it for another time. Thank you guys for peace and love, man. I'm excited. Thank you. Hey, listen, IamMyLifecoach.com. I have a shop. It's some very good apparel on there. I Am My Life Coach hoodies, you guys. Every first of the month we fast. Support the organization. It helps. It really does help. And allowing us to continue to expand, to get new merchandise, to help push the message out. You need help with being you. You need help with supporting you. I don't know who else in the world that's going to help you. All I know is I'm here to do a special type of work in a special type of way. I hope that you were sent to me as I was sent to you, that we both can come together and we can stand together, that when we say, I am my life coach, we recognize it, that I speak for myself, but it's the God that's in me that allows me to speak on his behalf. It's the God that is in me that allows me to speak on his behalf, right? Good. So I used to say this, his will, my way. I get to do it my way, but let my Father's will be done. But if we done my way, because I'm using the experience I have and the things that I have gathered to help me make sure that what he tells me to do, I'm the one that got to articulate how it happens. Peace and blessings. That's how he gets the glory. He gets the honor and he gets the praise. I am my life coach. Peace out.